Now let's take a look at the plastic material. Let's bring this to here and there. And we will do something similar to the bump, but instead of using an image, we will use a procedural texture. The easiest way to see this is we select our upholstery, press H to hide, and then we can zoom in a little bit. Maybe go to there. Okay, very good. So, shell, we call this maybe shell plastic. Very good. There we are. So, into the normal, I would like to feed in a texture that looks like an industrial created or etched plastic surface. Let's go to add and then texture, and we use noise. Then the color we put into color, so we can see how big this actually is. You might notice this is also a little bit stretched. We add another texture coordinate, and then we put object into vector. With the wood or the leather, we used UV because this is a two-dimensional image which we map. Here we simply want the software to use the scale of the shell to influence the size or scale of this texture. See, now it's actually very big, and if we here type in 5 or 50, you notice actually this is not stretched anymore. Quite nice. 100, okay, can zoom in a little bit. We have a nice amount of details here with roughness. We can make this detail 0, then it's nice and smooth. Roughness, no, it doesn't really do anything. Very good, so this is great. 250, 500. Yeah, we can keep it at this for the moment. The reason why I put color into the base color here is so I can see this texture. And now we will do a bump again. There's vector for bump. Bump is under vector because we are changing up and down the look of a surface, which is kind of like moving it along two directions, aka a vector. Feed color into height, normal into normal. Oh, this looks actually huge. Looks like a styrofoam chair. So, period 001. Ah, that doesn't look too bad, no? Look at that. You see, also we need lights to see these types of structures. I will turn off this and this, maybe this. Yeah, I see nothing from the top. We can see a little bit light there. We go from the right or left. Now you see how light is so needed to show structures. Maybe even less. Nah, this is not enough. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. So what is this procedural texture or noise? Essentially, this is a math function that creates this look. And there are many here. Noise point, sky, this is another one, wave, white noise, gradient, etc. Break, checker. And what I would like to do is clamp this a little bit more. Clamp means maybe whites change the color, black change them a little bit. That didn't really sound very logical or easy to follow. Okay, let's do this. Go to convert and color ramp, and then we put this in there. Very good. So you see we have something from black to white as a gradient. This texture itself, if we bring this over, actually here, let's do this rather factor, so it's the black and white one. There we can see actually how we have a range between white and black. Now when we move these elements, we're compressing actually the look. And you didn't really see visually much because, hold on, we actually put the factor in here and then we will put this to there too. And then we bring this back there. So now when we say white and we bring this to here, then we say everything from white to this kind of bright gray should be all white. And when I bring this over to here, then we say everything from black to this dark gray is simply black. No? So this is the way how this works. When we take the bump out, when we actually continue this a little bit more, you get nearly a black and white look. So you see there's a really tiny area of where we can have a transition compared to a really long transition. So that's kind of clamping. Programs, Photoshop, that can be the level editor. Here it's simply the gradient. They all essentially really do the same. So check this out. We put bump back into normal. Wait a moment and zoom out. Now we can play actually with these values. You see how we are creating islands. So now the structure goes over the whole area. But maybe I just want here and there something coming up. You see how I have primarily flat stuff and then there are some structures. And even these structures, they're right now nicely soft. We can plateau them by adding this more to it. Yeah. Now we get actually super cool bright highlights and shadow areas. There. Kind of cool, no? We could change this to make this look a little more realistic. Maybe increase the scale by 1000 so we have even more in it. We could change it a little bit like this, making this effect not so strong. Maybe here change this to the size, something like this. But yeah, so that's for us to play. Roughness here with the white surface, I mean, it doesn't really, at the moment, change much because it is just, it doesn't really show much reflection because it's a white surface. So we can keep this we want there. Roughness maybe there. We add 10. You see then actually this got pushed back even more. Maybe like this. Yeah, no, this starts to feel like there's a very soft something is happening there. If we would change this color, click and drag to black. Oh, from here this looks kind of cool actually. Yeah. Now this is with this color black, this is much easier to see. Alt H there. No. So definitely, for example, reflectivity is way too high. So let's lower this. We just need to see a little bit of reflectivity or roughness. Okay, maybe, yeah, dull this up. Yeah, okay. And then let's make this white again. Click and drag. There. Okay. So this is now just an example for a very basic material to create a plastic. And this plastic could pretty much be the same for a plastic for a mouse, a plastic for, yeah, wherever we have a plastic based on the structure and the size. This could even be used when um, not having these plateaus, being powder coated metal, then we would not really use this color ramp. So I hope you will start noticing through the semester when we do materials, these materials are pretty much always the same. Colors and textures, that is really what is defining what we see, wood and leather. Not really radically different node layouts. This is it.